Well, welcome everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good, good. Well, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being here with us to learn more about the Children's School Program. Let me go to the All right, so just to review the agenda, what you're going to start tonight, we're going to meet the political policy. So just really quickly, this particular program is ran under the Office of Special Projects. Okay. And with the new administration, without the mayor, I am happy to say that one of the philosophies that I align myself with is that he believes in the society. So with every project that we have, we build a team. So the pillars of hope, we have a team, and you'll need them. Okay. And another value that he has is the spirit of collaboration. So this program is a collaboration with the city. So very important to you guys. Okay. Has been since the very beginning, right? So you will learn the history about the program. You will get a program overview. You will get a testimonial from a volunteer. You will also get a perspective from the school principal as well as the school teacher, all right, about the program and different, Then we'll walk you through and let you know more about the volunteer application process. Every single one of our pillars has to fill out an application, and we'll go into that, all right? Then we will also review and kind of talk about going on in today's world in regards to getting the students the social emotional support that they need. A really important part of you guys learn. Okay, whether you gotta look at the bigger picture and know that you will bring things. Okay. And then we'll go over the takeoff event, and we're gonna actually come back once everybody, completed an application and mastered the school. We'll come back and you'll be there and we'll have a kickoff celebration. And then at the end, questions, we'll address everyone's questions, and hopefully we'll be able to address them. And we don't want you to run away after the whole thing, because we do have some refreshments. Okay? So I'm going to ask our pillars team to come up so that we finish the process.
Always the troublemaker.
Yes, you are. All right, so for those that may not know me, my name is Liliana Lee, and I am the city of Rochester, and I am the mayor's new director of special projects and education.
Good evening. My name is Jackie Campbell, and I am the director of Dr. Future, former city employee in Pillar of Hope for Life.
My name is Klara, and I'm currently working in Drive. I used to work in Clear on special projects where I was volunteer. Familiar faces for me, currently with the Department of Foundation.
Hello, my name is Roman Lawrence. I'm the city of Rochester IT department. I've been doing pillars since pandemic COVID years, and I'll be giving testimony for every volunteer.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sophia Belay. I work here at City Hall in the Office of Special Projects and Administrative Assistant to Director Luis, and you probably all got emails from me reminding me to come to this meeting. Welcome.
So, my job, oh. I lied, if y'all don't know. So my job is to really just share with you all maybe the history of the Pillars of Hope program. But before I even do that, I want to acknowledge Ms. Klara Johnson. That's you, Klara? Okay, I want to acknowledge Klara Johnson because she was here at the very beginning when Pillars of Hope got started. And Pillars of Hope started in 2006, but it happened as an initiative of the Black Women's Leadership Group. And the Black Women's Leadership Group was affiliated with the Black Heritage Group. So it's impossible to talk about one without talking about it. But what happened in 2005 is there was an article in the Democratic Chronicle that said, here are Black leaders, a whole bunch of people, 50 Black leaders. And, you know, we automatically got that and passed that. Do you know who these people are? And the Black Women's Leadership Corps began to answer our own questions about what it is that we need in our community instead of having somebody outside of our community answer for us. And one of the things that we identified was we needed to be involved in the education of our children. And so men and women came together to identify what would that be, right? How would we be able to do it? And we consulted our scholars. And Dr. Geronimo, if you don't know that name, please look at it. He says that we need to be in our school buildings presenting appropriate role models to our children, right? Because especially in an urban setting, you have mostly children of color that are in institutions, public education institutions, right? That they don't see most of us in leadership, but there are so many of us in other professions that are not in school, right? So how do young children get to role models that are loyal, even though we might have some lawyers and accountants with school districts, they're not some of our children. And so we set out about a process to recruit some of our professionals in the community to come in front of our children. And yes, in front of our children in the district. So we gathered us, right? And one thing I always say about the name of the book came from Van White. So when I say that we had men and women together, Van White was working on some project, and he said, you know, we were talking about what this we wanted to do. He came up with this initiative, and he said, hey, I got a name for a project that I wanted to use, but it hasn't been used, so we can put it in the now it's not because we didn't come together. We started with a pilot project in March of 2000, and that's 2007. So that was the 2006, 2007 school year. So we piloted it in that school year for 3 months. And we made some adjustments, right? And then we thought we were going to go in and do all of this with the students, and students gave us immediate feedback. And we made some adjustments, and we came back better the next year. And we partnered with schools in the 2007 2008 school year and rolled into schools as a team. And it's a beautiful thing to see in September when we had pillars standing outside of school, feeding students as they came in, right? Parents, and like, who are these people? School number 6, right? That's where you were at, Carla. We had pictures of that. And the pillars were shaking the young scholars' hand, talking to the parents. And this is the power of the community coming into school, right? Sometimes we think that schools do it all by themselves, and they cannot. That is not our tradition. Our tradition is about community. And so we bring the community into schools. This program has been in operation with the full city administrative support since 2007. So this is a celebration of 50 years. And one thing I would say before I move on is during the pandemic, we had a team at school number 19 during the pandemic. And we were just in schools and then immediately what our group was we bought books for the students. And we brought them to school, and schools and all those books. Black Panther, the graphic novel, and book by Frederick Douglass. And we sent it to all the students. We had two groups. So we had a pretty large group of fifth graders. Were engaged, principal was engaged. It's a beautiful thing. But this is what we're supposed to do in March. So that's my testimony. And I get to sit down. You get to go first.
So that's a good segue from the history and everything that Ms. Jackie said. So what are, first of all, what is Pillars of Hope? So Pillars of Hope is a dedicated group of African Americans and Black professionals that go to school. They talk to fifth and sixth graders, usually about once a month. Some kids do more than that, but the expectation is once a month that you visit. And they can come in and they make a vision impact with the students by instilling and improving their love of learning, sharing their personal experiences and backgrounds, giving them examples of we've had hardship, but we've done it and we had to. Sharing the joys of overcoming those challenges and how we were able to do that, their village, what that was like, and we'll talk about the curriculum later. Cultural history and things like that. And most of all, just supporting the school in their endeavors in the children. You will notice that things, subjects, especially after the year and virtual learning. So it's just kind of being that extra with my teacher or counselor. So the team expectations, professional attire or whatever your respective career is, that attire is. The time frame of commitment is 1 year from September to June. So typically that first meeting in the classroom in October, the culmination is commitment. Requirements for each pillar is that you basically fill out an application. We have to file and then participate in the kickoff celebration as well as and each session is about a block of time perspective to what that's going on. So 45 minutes to an hour each month. And then we additional many times that this is behind the scenes for each lesson. Other team commitments. There's typically 10 people in a team, so that if anybody is not able to be there, then they still have to participate in the lesson, and that there aren't any gaps in the one listed instruction for a month. Each team would develop a leader for responsibilities would include things that they want to the school, the teacher, the principal is actively involved, the city, and the district. Creating and maintaining the contact log list of your activities in your classroom, sending monthly reminders to your team about the session, coordinating the schedule, between the schools and all of the volunteers and making sure that everybody knows what is happening, and share any additional correspondence that may come from the city throughout the year. But also presenting your schedule with your school and routine, determining what day makes the most sense for both the classroom and the teacher as well as your team members, and deciding the cadence of your meetings if you want to go once a month, twice a month, or if it goes very frequently. So, and then maintaining the calendar events. So what type of visits? The curriculum has a list of topics that go along with each month. There's a list of topics that you want to come up later. And we'll talk more in depth about those books as they become available. They're not
volunteer perspective. Greenways here. We did her class. And there's something good about walking to the class. See refreshments look like refreshment. Just like but then we I believe that well, see us, but we want them to see more. So we asked our profession, the fire department came out, the mountain patrol come out and take them on field trips. We want them to see what they don't see because kind of feel that a lot of them live in a it's not the house, it's not the bodies. And then it's my understanding what kind of what the class extends. Try to find so point. Even if it's only one person show, make sure somebody. So, and participation, whether they're nervous, they're shy, but once you work with them, then you start to trust. Experience and it's wow. Your presence, it has to be. You may not see it, but the teacher will, the parents will. Come up to you like that, some company come up to you. When you recognize them, but then, right? Go back and talk about it. So, when you engage with the kids, or
So
So I was a sixth grade teacher at school 39. And for 3 years, we had the Phillips Summit. And we had a fabulous team. Golden definitely was an asset. It was led by Joyelle Greenwell. And so on our team, we had a city employee, we had a Monroe County employee, we had Charlene, who was a comedian. So my kids were opened up to careers. We had a party planner that they didn't even imagine that people could do and make money. And the biggest thing for us was relationship building. The pillars boosted our kids' self-esteem by building these relationships that if they knew it was the day that the pillars was supposed to come, I had 6 kids in my class because they didn't want to miss the activity, the interaction. It boosted them so much. Their academics changed. their social behaviors changed, became more positive, because they wanted to show these professionals that, yeah, it's great, but you are inspiring me to aspire to be something better. And so it was a huge impact in my classroom. So much that I had brothers and sisters requesting to be in my room because I was in the building of the buildings, the classroom in the building of the buildings. So what we have seen is done with brothers and sisters because they've come up wanting to be, they want to see the professionals, you know, they want to be.
So maybe you explain that, program thing. That's like, so I think you explained it, thanks.
So it was so beneficial, and also the youth, because I'm the one professional that makes it. I'm the one that, but they can see these other examples, and also see that we all got along, and that we all were there for their not for anything personal, it's all about that. And so that is a huge focus, and it gives our kids self-confidence and motivation. And they come to my room sometimes 3 times a month. You know, and some of that they take special trips, and I always welcome it, even if the whole team couldn't come. And the kids were like, well, who's coming today? And I would say, there's a guest coming. And they would be excited because they knew it had to be one of our regular tutors that was coming as a guest. And I was like, I don't know what they're doing. There were a couple times they had the mayor come to our room because my people were so invested in this program, because our professionals were so invested in that. So I'm ecstatic that it's coming. Because they did just like what we said, not open only to themselves. That's my class that had mounted in stuff, and the fire department, and all these other things that came in to show them all the possibilities that there are, because they are in this world, and they don't think of careers beyond what they can see, and they don't think people of color are in those careers either. So when they see someone who looks like them doing something that they can think of, whatever. I could do that and make money and sustain life. And I'm like, yeah. And then talk about the ups and downs and the motivated place. And then do relationships with our kids. Help them with that. And that is the biggest part of why I'm a little sad I'm not in the classroom right now, but I'm getting to myself. Except somebody else's class.
Hello, everyone. I'm Untitled Proud Principal at the Charles Luxford School number 19. And we have been very, very fortunate in having the principal in our building. So I had the pleasure of inheriting the program. So I learned about it as we experienced it together. So when I was approached by it, it was a definite yes for me. Didn't quite know exactly what it was or what it had to offer students, but I was so pleasantly surprised. So Ms. Jackie Campbell, her team actually came to our building, so she met with me. She explained to me what the program was all about and encouraged me to allow all of my 5th graders to experience the program. So the program from an administrative lens was a program that was bringing in dynamic African-American people to be role models for our students, and also to give them some information and history of our culture and where they came from, and understanding that they're kings and queens, and you are important, and yes, you have contributed to our society. So that immediately had me at the door. So once they came in, just seeing the energy, the enthusiasm from the adults that came to meet with our students, to see the students interact and engage, and yes, they were kind of quiet in the beginning, but once they understood the rituals of routine and understood the purpose behind the why, they definitely embraced the program. So for me, it was also important for my staff to see this program in our building, and for me to say this is something that we must have and must keep and benefit our students. So it also became an area of professional learning for our staff members each time the pillars group came in. Another thing for students, I love to think that I can do it on my own, but the honest truth is that I am nobody in our building. I am just a facilitator to keep things going and moving, because we do need a village for our students to be successful, and this program definitely helps us do that. Also, I would love to commend Ms. Campbell on the fact that she was with us during that pandemic year. And a lot of things fell off. A lot of things fell off during that transition, that switch. But it wasn't pillars that fell off. They were there on Zoom with us. They met with our team to come up with creative ideas about it to this day. Especially the young men, for some strange reason. The young men really, really love it. So I would love to have pillars back in my building again. I can definitely consider the effect of pillars. Their academics have improved, attendance is always off the charts when pillars come, so that's a huge plus as well. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy to show you today that the right as a principal, because said she did hear it program from myself. I was a former principal in 19. Let's give we all know work really build relationships. It takes a village. So that's what she said. We all so our children will get excited. They are corrected. Attendance will go up, the academics and conversations. And have conversations with your parents. I met a lawyer. I met people that work at City Hall. I met parents. I'm interested in that. So it causes that curiosity, that conversation. But I think check that out. I might ask more questions. But relationships were built and they were open, right? To see the it truly made an impact. I was doing career surveys and the kids would come say, look, let me do a survey. Let me show you what I got. And I'm like, okay. You look like one of me, or you look like one of me, nothing better. So they were excited to share the things that were happening. To make an impact in the school community and make sure building relationships. We know our students have been home 2 years or more, right? They're craving the relationship. They're craving the conversation. They're craving the socialization. They want something to say. They want others to hear them. So I'm so excited. It's one of my business. I could go, look, I could just hug you all. I'm just excited and I'm happy in my school. So I think I love to see pillars of hope tied to the SUPS program. If you were interested in applying for jobs, I know it's difficult to get them, but I think having those conversations and being able to time to work from there to all the giving others a wonderful time. You better have time to fight, so it's fight. I was just a kid. And just excited about this journey that we're going to take. So thank you all for working.
Well, let's see if they hear something now. Do they hear something new?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's continue.
Well, all right, can we give those testimonials a round of applause? You can, here, hopefully I won't get any feedback. So now it's time for the most exciting part, the application, which you all have probably filled out already. And I kind of want to go over the process and why we did an application and what we need from you and so on and so forth. So the application was created because like any job, any opportunity, you want to know about you. You want to know your background, your history, you're going to be going into city schools. You want to make sure that everyone is protected on every level. And then we also want to know where to place. So it helps us know a little about who you are, what you've done.
Maybe what school suits you better, what class you will teach. With the application process, I'm gonna go ahead and you don't have it, but you
probably already filled it out. I'm just gonna touch over some points that you probably filled out, I'm just gonna give you why you asked the question, and give you a little bit more understanding about the thought process that we've done.
and then of course, we know you will ask you for your name.
Hopefully you all gave you
The other thing is we ask for your occupation.
Why does that matter? Because again, we want to know where we're placing you, what we've done, and how we can incorporate you into what classroom, what student, what teacher, all that good stuff.
The next thing, are you employed? Does that matter? Kinda, yeah.
Because we want the pillars to want to be and inspire to do what we do. So if you're not employed, that doesn't mean you can't apply, which might be a transition, you know, we're independent. But we would want to make sure that you are employed somewhere or in the process.
Your education level. Now, we take everyone pillars.
Doesn't matter if you're GED, diploma, because that's what some people start off, they end up with their master's, bachelor's, certification, cosmetology, trade. We want to know those.
Because why? Not every child is going to go through a master's program. Some might become a mechanic. Some might become cosmetologists.
Some might become bus drivers. We want to know where you are and what you've done, so that way we can inspire the children throughout their whole journey on what they do. Some children might start off in the beauty world and end up as a lawyer
Or a doctor later on.
but we want them to see all facets of people of color.
So that way they know that the opportunities for them are endless. If you speak any other languages, as you know, Pillars does take on Black and Brown, our Latino family. We want to make sure, well, Latinx, heard that's the new name now, but we want to make sure we incorporate that because we want to people who speak various languages. As you know,
every school has a demographic, and there might be children
more from Latin families. It's better for them to obviously
see Latin people who speak their language, their culture, who come from their background, big countries that their family has come from. It's
hard to be something great.
Most people, I don't know about you, my family is pretty.
So my parents migrated from Haiti and Dominican Republic to the
US for a better life.
Someone in that same culture inspires me to be better and to know that my family can come from an island to the US and become something amazing. So can I. Next, we want to know your availability. Why? Because we want to make sure we're scheduling at a time that works for you into the Pillars program.
For example, are you a morning person?
Are you an afternoon person? We don't want to cut out
lunch breaks because we don't want you to come because it's hungry.
and so we want to make sure that we're getting into your time. Moving on from that, we go into your emergency contact. Why is that important? Because we're living in a time where we need to make sure we have someone we can contact on our behalf.
Should anything happen, God forbid, we don't forbid that to happen.
But we want to
make sure we have next to him or someone who we can rely on.
Anything happen in your transition to the school or being on the school grounds. So please make sure that information is up to date. And if it changes throughout the program, please be sure to reach out to our office or the school or anyone that can get that information to myself or directly to make sure that we can update you throughout the process. We want to always make sure that we have that
information on hand for you.
The consent and release. Why do we need your consent? Well, we need your consent
to know that we want to be a part of the program. We need your consent to also know that we can do a background check.
which is following next. As Pillar of Hope applicants and volunteers, we do
need to do a background check.
Why is that important? You're going into our city schools. We want to protect our children as well as we want to protect you. And we want to make sure at the end of the day, we're doing our due diligence here at the city of Rochester. So with that being said, if you have not filled out your Pillars application and you just came tonight, please be sure to get the information so you can go ahead and fill that out. If you already have and you love the Pillars program, share that information with someone. Let your friends know, your colleagues, your coworkers, your family members. Hey, I'm involved in this really cool program, and I think you should fill out the application. If you need any further assistance, reach out to our office. We are here to help. The application is really simple, doesn't take long at all. You can't skip anything with the asterisks, but just know that all the information that we have, we need it, and we're excited to have you a part of it. Thank you.
Okay.
So having our Denise Greenaway here, having the pillars definitely build our children's social emotional skills. We know from coming back from the pandemic that that's a big push to make sure that our children are socially, emotionally healthy. The relationships that the pillars build definitely ties into that. Would help our children socially, emotionally with like restorative practices. So that's something that goes into the pillars mission, I would say. And so we talk about that. And that's something that the city school district is tying in with our social and emotional work. So having the pillars come in and work with the children on making decisions that are logical, that have connection, so that if they're angry, they don't just act out. We have the pillars to say, well, you can be angry. You never tell kids you don't have a right to be angry. You have a right to be angry. What do you do with that anger? How do you use that anger? How do you use that sadness to propel yourself to be something better? And our pillars take personal conversations. They can see, if I'm in the classroom and I have 22 children, I cannot get to everyone, as everyone keeps saying, when they know that they're sad or that they're angry.
So I have a pillar during that time that pulls a kid out and says, okay, what do we do with this?
And then they come back and often they will teach lessons on social emotional as part of their curriculum.
Just things that kids can use to develop themselves to be more capable of handling everything that life throws at them. I mean, it's huge. And then coming back from the pandemic, having not been able to be
social for 2 years, or you need help. Or you need help, and having the pillars come in and do that was amazing when we
didn't have the
but we were social, but now that we are lacking that, the children need examples of how to deal with their anger, how to deal with their sadness, how to deal with decisions behind that are connected to their emotional well-being, because they haven't had examples except for the internet and things that they can access on TV. And those are definitely not the best examples. And having a real person in there showing them in real time, what do you do? How do you do it? I'm the role model. Here's the example. Is way better than me just talking to them. Because I can talk to them and I can present examples, but then they get to hear someone else say the same thing, or someone else say it differently, or someone to show them what they don't always believe that I'm always right, unfortunately. But then they get these people that come in and are committed to that. That's the other thing. Consistency and commitment develops our kids' social, emotional growth and well-being. And these people are consistent and they are committed to the well-being of our children. And that is more than I could ask for for people coming in once a week. That's why they started coming in twice a week, to show the kids consistency and commitment. And they even send us notes when they couldn't make it. So that the kids still saw, oh, something came up,
But these people still care about it. They're still committed. Something comes up, they send an excuse. Often they send treats. So the kids would see the treats and they'd be like, oh, who's not coming today? And they would know because that was their apology. So it did build them social emotion. So in this day and age where our kids have been away for 2 years, we definitely need pillars everywhere
to help build that social emotional connection.
You made a good point. The business that we talk about what the team really does for the teacher. They communicate not to reach out and say, hey, is there anything going on in the classroom that we should know about? Any topics and stuff like that sort of thing. So,
Okay, so back. So again, you got a really,
hopefully you got the sense of what the pillar of program is.
I am proud
To oversee the program, especially when it's a legendary program. 15 years in the community.
and you know it's something really successful and meaningful when you have someone who knocks on your door 2 weeks into the year asking about when the pillar's gonna start. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just got in. So you know it's meaningful when you talk about pillars and people already know and have heard about it. That's success, that's impact, and that's, you know,
Really impactful,
and it's a really strong relationship, I want to say. You
a
know,
lot of people that I know in the community are pillars.
Ms. Kim, you know,
Mr. Lee.
Ms. Denise, you know, so you know people in the community, when they know about something, it's because it's been, you know, successful and impactful. So one of the things that we're gonna do is a kickoff celebration. I'm sure that pillars know about this.
And it's already scheduled for
September the 28th here at City Hall, so make note of it.
You'll get
a notice in advance, but note it down so you don't forget. The mayor will be present, so he'll come and he'll welcome you, and that's when you'll come and you'll collect your books and materials at that time. And by then, you should already know which school you have been assigned, the team that you'll be in. So we still have a lot of work to do because we're still like in the middle of July, but we wanted to bring everybody just to give you that information, knowing that we are still collecting applications, you know, so spread the word. If you haven't done so and you're interested, please submit the volunteer application. In that handout that you have in the back, you could
in your phone, because we have a
and you
and you
can
put your phone there and the application will pop up and you can fill it out right away. So take the handout with you, and we have to,
scan it and fill it out. So that pretty much gives you the information that you need. So now I'll invite the team to come back up. And we'll take your questions if you have any. Does anyone have any questions?
I see too many pillars up in here already. Uh-oh.
Are we able to reinstate teams that we had before?
Yes, I will ask them to fill out the application. And then we'll find, let us know who is in your team and we'll group you together, but we do ask that you resubmit the application.
I was just going to say that our past experiences that we should build relationships like those who are really consistent. So even if you're on a new team, make sure that you build a relationship because the folks that are not good, those are the ones that fall. So if you already have a tag team, that's the best team to build for safety. I was going to ask about schools, just
to the same school. Okay. I won't promise because I don't know right now, but we'll put the request. Yes.
Can you read the question?
I was asking if we already had an existing team that had a relationship established with you.
I saw another hand back there, Miss Ava.
We can invite our staff and then take that interest.
Yeah.
For those who may have never experienced. So, I think it might be a great idea. I'm definitely having a
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had that conversation.
Yes.
So we do have to look at the time frame for that and schedule that with enough planning and enough notice for folks. Yes, and definitely before September 7th.
And also one of the things is we thought, marketing pillars is important. But you need to ensure the principal here, because then you can sell it, you can sell it to your staff. When you can invite staff, but you can't do what the principal doesn't want.
Right.
So we need to get the buy-in from, our principals and administration, and then, rule it out to staff perspective. And what we can, will help sell it to your staff. And of course, testimonies from other teachers certainly helps.
One thing I would add is that it's a delicate balance. You notice that there's a team up there, but this is a new year. Garrett is, one or two people before kind of lift. This is a really good opportunity. But it's a delicate balance because you want to make sure that you create the expectation of the school. But the worst thing to do is create the expectation and not have a team. Right? And so you all should be reaching out to people in your network. Who you know that will make it good. Develop that, bring them to the kickoff with first.
Do the application first.
But if you know people in your networks or your particular groups that you are involved in, reach out because our babies need us. They need this testimony. By the time you get to the third meeting, they're expecting to see what happens when you go in by the third meeting and somebody's not there. What happened? So, all right, because they've been disappointed. They've been disappointed before, so they need for us to make sure that we are consistent. So that means more by. So that if somebody asks you to go gathering for walk in the building together, walk out there, it's like somebody's part of the Red Sea, you walk, right? Because our kids need to see us. Bond together. Reach out.
Yeah, I hope to spread the word. Thank you for being here physically today, but, we're still accepting applications. We still need folks to sign up. So if you haven't done so, please do so and encourage others to as well. Because the more volunteers we have, the more schools we can go to. We really need to get the buy-in first before we know how many schools we can cover. So. Yes, please.
Just want to point out that there, good extraordinaire.
Don't embarrass.
You're not. This is, you said, Moody, that our boys matters. Let me tell you something. You go up, if you have a boys team, that means you have men, right? You roll up with 6, 7, 8, 9 men walking with their with what's happening?
No, I agree. Because Vince and I have been on the same team.
So are you coming back? Are you going to do it again?
Somebody here. Got a powerful
Yes, there is a video we weren't able to show tonight because we weren't set up for it. But we can email it out. It's on YouTube. It's 7 minutes, but it's all about the color programming. It actually
fun with the kids, classroom visits, interviews, speakers in action. So
It's really, it's nice and done. But we'll be more than happy to send it out to folks. If you have your emails there, you know, when you sign it, we could actually, you know, send it out to help circulate that around. So it needs more views. It's on YouTube. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, you're an entrepreneur. Yes, you know, kids need to see that you could go into your own business, absolutely. Yes. Mhm.
That's one of the things, because Kim right here, we was on the same team. And we spent one class, she had the students make business cards. So.
Absolutely. And you gotta remember, you know, 5th and 6th grade, you're like a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, they're so impressionable at that age, you know, that you can still make such a huge impression on them, you know, and getting to know them, and they're still at that fun age, I think, you know. So I think that's like the perfect grade, you know, for them to meet, you know, grown-ups, actually look up to them. And the consistency, I mean, the school year is long, you know, and it's enough to kind of build a bond or an attachment of a positive one at that, you know.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I feel compelled to speak. In 2007, 8, somewhere around there, that was last year for me. I was a teacher at school number 44, which is a school that's closed now. However, I had a 5th grade class, and I also kept my class for 2 years in a row. So then 6, and I had come in. So at the time, I don't remember all of it, but Chris QB, Arthur Brown, Tiny Glover, some of these names you might be familiar with. So all these people are and they with our voice, especially in 5th grade, and to this day, Chris QB stays in contact with some of those boys as well as I do. And those same boys today, someone works for Monroe County, the Monroe County Sheriff's, one is in the FBI, which he started all his pillars. He wanted the FBI to Chris and Arthur, you know, first to work with them, and today those boys keep up with me still, and they will cause all the forces that they are right there. So it's not just the one that Ms. Campbell asked me to say or anybody else asked me, and I don't have to share, just so you know it matters. That's power.
So I'm very honored to have everyone here, especially, you know, people, because it started. So thank you for being with us. For 15 years, it's 15 years, you know. So thank you. Thank you for being part of the team and still keeping the good work going. And I also like to thank the mayor for encouraging programs. Like, you gotta do it, I'll do it. So I'm thankful to him, because it's also up to the mayor's program. So he is keeping this one alive and keep moving it forward. So thank you all. We do have refreshments downstairs. Unless anybody here has any more questions. Everyone's good? All right. Thank you.
Show you something. When the kids graduated from high school this year, we are. Oh. It's not what they wanted to see. They actually got it in the pictures. Oh my God. Isn't that great?
Yes. Is it?
I